Good morning, sunshine. Mirror says hello, and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Captain Doc Skinner on board the Starship Pariah. This is the Doc Force. This is what I do to entertain the crew. All right. So anyway, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a good day today. We already got people in the chat room. Let's see who is. Let's see. Joe's here. Walt. I'm sorry. Yeah, Walt Corbin says he's seen me on. I'm guessing you meant Goof on. Is that what you meant? Or UFO Network? Possibly. The Dark Ashes says we need new physics, and that is what CERN is all about, and that's what we're going to kind of dabble in. I'm no expert. I'm just a Joe Schmo. I'm just coffee talk about physics and CERN. Well, I know the physics of this Earth. Yes, Walt Corbin. I can see you're going to be a wonderful ally in the chat room tonight. Yes, that is true. There's different physics. Let's see, Janice. Hello, darling. Hello, hello. Selena's here. Hello, hello. Jimmy Christopher. Hey, how are you? Paradigm Shift, Northern California. Hello, hello. Welcome aboard. Dave Dennis from Australia. Good day. Dark Ashes says, is this true that CERN scientists finally found a way to open a portal to another dimension? We shall discuss. Oh, yes. Right. I'm having a Dr. Pepper attack. But I must keep drinking it. All right, Terry Reesing's here. She's an OG in the group. Let's see. Walt said yes, and then Paradigm came back and said, "Hey, oh, you guys are talking to each other." Okay. Mike Johnson is here. Hello, hello. Jamie CERN is opening portals. We shall discuss. And this is gonna be a fun show. I'm feeling. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Alien Bump, what's up? A physicist once said physics has to change with the phenomena. Michio Kaku, Dr. Michio Kaku. You know, that was my first book on physics, was Hyperspace. And he really made it easy to understand. I don't remember any of it now. That was in high school. But I'll have to reread it. Let's see, everybody saying hello to each other. Rick Mackey from Get Esoteric Life says, I hope they get swallowed by an infinite wormhole with Satan on board. A boat. You are close to Canada. All right. So anyway, I want to give a special shout out. I don't know if she's here yet. If I see her pop up, I'll mention again, but just in case she watches the replay, Melissa Walker, God bless you. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you for your PayPal donation. That was just so sweet of you. Unexpected. And just, I wanted to say thank you. I do appreciate it. Let's see here. Money penny. Wasn't sure about. Oh, okay. Oh, Terry says, wait, did I skip somebody? Explain what CERN is and what it does. And I will. We'll go to the official site and read from there. Let's see. Dave Dennis says, hopefully the portal will suck out the olive. So, Dave Dennis, are you saying that the T-Man, this is his way of draining the swamp? Oh man. All right. Let me get all this stuff set up here. I mean, I did, but I kind of moved stuff around. Okay. We're gonna have story time with Doc. Oh, Alien Dude's trying to get on the Christmas list this year. I appreciate it. That's why I come. You stand up to it. Thank you. I am human. I am Val I haven't been consistent like I've always, pushed myself to because of the medical things that were going on. But I'm back, and I'm working on some things. I mean, I've had some really good people, some amazing guests, a lot of great friends. Let's see. Oh, let me take it off. So I just thank you. Y'all made me blush. All right, what were we talking about? Oh. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you. Walt says, shared on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you very much. I keep forgetting. I don't say it as often because, I like things organic. I don't want to push it, but I did buy some ads on TikTok. Shh, it was $10. And it worked. Oh my God. So I'm going to use that as like my billboard, put it over there, pump it really hard, come over here to these platforms right here. So that's the plan, Stan. So thank you. If you guys want to, you can share this. If you plus if you just hit the like button, that'd be kind of cool. And if you are new here, welcome. Welcome. If you came in late, I'm Doc Skinner. There you go. Now you know who's talking to you. Hit that subscribe button and then that little bell. Click on it and make sure it has the little vibration lines around it, so it'll notify you. If not, well, these platforms don't like me, so they don't like me making new friends. So bust that door down and come on in. Let's be friends. Let's see. Let's see. Rick Mackey. This is what CERN is about. Satanist. Ooh, Rick, jumping into the deep end with some weights on. Hold on. We're getting there. You know what, Rick, let me do this real quick. How do I, I'm trying to, and then I get these dots. No, I don't want to put you in timeout. No. All right. How do I go over here? Oh, okay. So Rick, if you want to come on board, let me know and I will post this in here and you can come on and help me read some of this stuff. Cause actually I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache because I was reading all this stuff on the CERN website before the show. And I'm like, God, this hurts, cause it's like all kinds of science stuff. And I like to think I'm a Rico Suave kind of guy in a lot of departments in science being one. And I just, I feel stupid. So I have to read from the website, so I sound intelligent. Anyway, let's see. Where did the chats go? There we go. Chats, Rick. Okay. So Rick, say yes or no in the comments, and then I'll post the link in there, and you just click on it and come on over, and we can chit chat, and I won't be so alone in here. Dave Dennis from Australia says, I missed yesterday's show with Apollo. Went to see Elvis movie. Highly recommend it. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. Very little promotion that I've been aware of. Well, I don't have TV, but I'm interested to see it. Let's see. Jamie is there trying to release all those demons from. Okay. I love it. I don't have to really go into depth on a lot of things. You guys are already halfway there. That makes my job easier. Wilma's here. Hello, darling. How are ya? Huh? That's you guys talking to each other. Okay, Reba's here. Oh, where'd she go? Reba, hi, darling. Good evening. Rick says, okay, cool. Rick's going to get set up. And then Rick, jump in the private chat if you know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. There's a private chat button, but I don't know how to do it. I click on it, it's just blank. It says post to everybody in the studio. And it's like, oh, I know what to do. Rick, go to your messenger and I'll just set that over to you real quick. And you can jump on when you're all set up. Boom, boom, boom. All right, good. We're good to go. We're gonna have a guest tonight. Yay. I'm excited. It's always fun. Always fun when it comes on. All right. So let's see. Hey, Rachel's here. Hello. How are you? I hope you got to see those documentaries I was telling you about. I want to chat about it. Let's see. Renee's here. Hello. Paradigm Shift says, everybody's hi. George is here. George, hello. Yeah, I'm prepared to jump in the black hole. Oh, God, but it's the plane ride to get over there. It's a killer, Let's see. All right. This is cool. I'm getting a good group of people in here, and we're going to go over this stuff. This is from some, I'm going to be reading from the CERN website, okay? I haven't read it all. As I said earlier, it was just a little crazy. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to George. Cool, cool, cool. Chuck Nichols is here. Bones. So let's do that, shall we? I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to do it this way. Sorry. Algorithms. Smaller, more image scanning. Anyway, it is what it is, and I'm sorry. Don't miss the live stream of launch of Run 3 on the 5th of July. After more than 3 years of long shutdown, the physics season will start at the L.H.C. with a new energy world record. A mere day after the 10th anniversary of discovery of the Higgs boson celebrations at CERN, the L.H.C. will make the promise of a bright future for particle physics reality, breaking a new energy world record of 13.6 trillion electron volts, 13.6 TeV. And I'll probably be using that word later here. TeV, just remember that, trillion electric volts. In its first stable beam collisions, these collisions will mark the start of data taking for new physics season called Run 3. The launch of the LHC Run 3 will be streamed live on CERN's social media channels on channels and by high quality Eurovision satellite link on the 5th of July starting at 4 p.m. Live commentary in 5 languages, English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish from CERN Control Center will walk you through the operation stages that take the proton beams from the injection into the LHC to collision points. A live Q&A session with experts from the accelerators and experiments will conclude the live stream. Fitted out to cope with more intense beam, the LHC will allow physicists, this is hard, these are big words, allow physicists to collect more data during Run 3, which will last until the end of 2025. Then they did in the first two, or that didn't make sense, in the first 2 runs, blah. The upcoming physics season will be focused on the study of the properties of the Higgs and the search for physics beyond the standard model of particle physics. Join us for this historic event. It's a lot of words. Now I got a couple others I got to read. Let's see. Rachel's hello, homie girl. And then we got that good to see you on YT. Rick. Yeah, where's Rick? Send him the link. He said he was setting up, so he should pop in here soon. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Corey says, I think CERN is mostly like NASA, a big set and a way to launder money. Corey Anderson said that. Yeah, man, who knows? I've never gone down that rabbit hole, but I'm sure it's probably there. Good point. That, I think, would bring on some men in black to my door. Oh, you don't need to be talking about that. But thank you. Okay, got that. And then we got Wilmsterdam is in the house. Is that where you are? Wilmsterdam is in the house. Sweet. We are international. Oh, that happens on your birthday? A lot of things are happening on the 5th. Okay. And we're going to talk about all that, even if we go over just a bit. Okay. Some of you said that you like it when I go over, and that's fine. We will. Okay. Alien Bump says, okay, let's get our physics on. Can you imagine if when they turn the key, if the skies open up and the whole cast of Wizard of Oz of BB who pops out along with Elvis Jim Moore? That'd be cool. The concert would be cool. I do not trust the CERN agenda. As you shouldn't trust. Because they've outright said what, some of the things that they're doing. And we're going to get into all that. But we're just long roll call here, and that's okay. Checking everybody. Oh, you're Dutch. You're Dutch? Okay. All right. Very cool. Everybody say happy early birthday to Jamie. Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday to Jamie. Happy birthday to you. 24 hours later, YouTube email in inbox. Copyright infringement. All right. I think we got everybody good. All right, let's go back to this class thing. All right, so check this out. I saw this and spidey senses were tingling in the back of my head. All right, check this out. I wish I could make this a little bit bigger, but stupid algorithms. All right, so what you tune in for the launch of the very first CERN-driven satellite, the first, okay, on July 7th. The first CERN-driven space mission will be launched from Europe's spaceport. On 7th of July, Celesta will be launched into space. This microsatellite is the first space mission driven by CERN in collaboration with the University of Montpellier and the European Space Agency. My tongue got tied there. Sorry. Yes, go back. This is just weird. I should see. I can't put it on this screen because then you won't see it. So I'm kind of messed. I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. The CERN community is warmly inviting to tune in for the launch of Celesta on the 7th of July at 12:15 set. Whatever. Note that the launch requires exceptionally good weather conditions, which might mean that it is delayed by a few days, but the time will not change. The live footage will be made available at CERN restaurants, shared. Okay, like work restaurant, okay, cafeteria. CERN social media channels available on ESA's web TV and Arian Space, ARI. I don't even want to say. I don't know. I'll screw it up. The satellite payload is the Space Radmon, an instrument used to monitor radiation effects on electronics, entirely based on off-the-shelf components and collaborated at CERN's irradiation facilities. The satellite itself has been tested at system level at CHARM, CERN's mixed field radiation facility, showing the potential of this innovative approach for future space missions. With Celesta, CERN is seeking to showcase the impact of these technologies and facilities on society, in particular in the aerospace field. Learn more at the Aerospace Applications Center at this little link right here. So yeah, there was that. Why? And I think I might know. I have a certain theoretical idea of what this is for, what it could really be used for. It could just be used for this school thing, but this is the first thing they've launched into space that's going to be connected to CERN. Now, every time CERN has turned on, even though each time it's been higher power because they keep upgrading everything every time, right? It was so strong. I'm going to see if I can find this real quick. Should do it over here real quick. Sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for an image of electromagnetic field and CERN. Let's see if it pulls up any images here that I can bring over to you. Of course, I'm looking for it and I can't find it because I didn't prep for this particular thing. Now I'm just scrolling through a bunch of JPEGs. All right, so they didn't work out very well. Okay, so basically, imagine this. So I like to draw. I want to draw. So I'm going to draw the Earth. I'll show it to you in just a second. Art takes silence, but I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to talk a little bit. So anyway, there's this electromagnetic field. Okay, here's the sun. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Oh, it looks like an alien, doesn't it? Did not mean to do that. Because here's the sun, and it shoots its solar flares, and it bounces. Wait, this is weird. It's like I'm going this way, but I'm coming this way. It's just awkward. It's like a microscope. So it'll bounce off this, and people will see that, like the aurora borealis and whatnot, right? Okay, so this is what happens when they turn on CERN. Enjoy little Earth. And in the image, it's round and it's still flat. So there you go. I got both sides can't get mad at me. All right. So what has happened is as CERN is going off, it's messing with the electromagnetosphere, and it's causing the electromagnetosphere, instead of being nice and smooth around, it's going all crazy, and it's weak to Earth, and it can bring our shields down. Now, I watched some stuff where they were talking. I wonder, can I play that? Could I play that? Because it's really better if you hear it for yourself. So let's pray that I did save it. Is this? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it either. Must be in the Talk of Tick. We'll go to the Talk of Tick and check out the ones I like. But it basically is, it's a CERN guy, and it's really important that you see it. And I just can't find it because I saved too many dumb videos. And I'll probably have passed it, and I'll be like, what? Where'd it go? I don't know where it... I found it. Okay.
This is a lake and not a body of salt water. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about...
Okay. I'm going to this guy speaking.
And frequency. I came across this really interesting video. Let's check it out.
CERN, or the Hadron Collider. It is not for the purpose of discovering the so-called God particle, but rather it is to create a collapse of alternate universes into this one, where the Illuminati have already gained control. So they are tapping in through those vortices that I mentioned to you earlier by knowing the frequencies of those alternate realities and merging them into this one.
You hear that?
Really interesting, right? And that is Mr. Stuart Swerdlow.
Stuart Swerdlow is who that was, and that was at a Freedom Something conference a few years back. So think about that. So I came across that today, and I was thinking, what if when they did it, it was around 2012 when they just had it going, right? If I stand corrected, okay. But all of these Mandela effects, minus the Shazam with Sinbad, he confessed to that. He was just so ashamed. He tried to buy up every VHS tape and deny it, but he finally came out and apologized. But all the others, Bernstein Bears and whatnot, and commercials, and Monopoly Man. What if it was when CERN was going off, and it creates this big, it's a big freaking electromagnetic thing. It's huge, and deals with frequencies. As a matter of fact, she goes on saying,
his name in the comments. And this was 2015 Free Your Mind conference.
That's what that speech was.
There's a lot of really interesting stuff that he has to say. If you want to go and check this video out, it's on YouTube. This is from the CERN website talking about radio frequency technology, one of the most complex operational RF systems in the world. So they know all about the frequencies. CERN's know-how, development of unique software for the design of RF systems and for simulation of dynamic RF phenomena. And again, on the CERN site, talking about
it's in there.
Microscopic black holes.
Oh yeah, microscopic black holes. They make those too, and Here's the thing. They've even said outright, some other scientists, that we are opening gateways and opening other portals to other dimensions. And we have no idea what's going to happen if we send something in or what will come out. That would scare the fuck out of me. No. Who's got the concrete? Pour that shit over this thing right now. No. You don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know, an implosion of our planet. Yeah, strange weather phenomenons around this facility. You have oh my god, the fact that they have a big statue of Shiva, the goddess of life and destruction. The video that came out with the sacrifice of a young girl in front of that statue, which is supposedly this is a secure facility because it's multi-government, and it's scary. Here's the thing. Man, I always do this stuff off the cusp. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not prepared for that. In the Bible, it says that he will open the bottomless pit. Okay. If you had a hole in the earth, it eventually have a bottom. But if you open a stargate, a portal to other realms that have been weakened by CERN and other crazy experiments that our governments have done, and it is literally releasing evil. Hence why everything is upside down and backwards. So anyway, so what I think I'm guessing, I'm just a dude. I don't have a degree in any of this shit. But this is to test electromagnetic fields, especially on circuitry and stuff, right? Well, what if it's so that when they're doing CERN, it can help them tune CERN to manipulate that area? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Let's go to the questions here. And we're going to get into this more. We're going to talk about other parts of this. You guys help bring this stuff up if you want. Let me get back to where we were. Let's see. Did I see Audrey? Did I see Audrey in here? She's probably gone already. She only can come on her breaks. So, oh, I know. I see you. Okay, here we go. The only problem is the sun is local and not that big. Compared to other suns, you are absolutely correct. There are some that are just monstrous. I took a self-guided tour of Fermi Labs outside of Chi-Town a couple years ago. It's another hadron collider. It was creepy. They have regular scheduled ritualistic dances. Why? In scientific settings, do they have dances? Well, that's crazy, because if you go on YouTube and you type in CERN and music video, you'll see that they do just that, and it's very elaborate, and they shoot it inside the facility for certain scenes, and it's just getting so blatant. It's not where it was like, we don't talk about that. And I was like, here we are, the videos of like there was a big event for CERN. And it had all these dancers and people on wires and stuff. I can't show it to you because I'll get it flagged. So yeah. Let's see. Jamie says it's someday we'll have the effect of some more Mandela effect. Oh yes, I know we will. Let's see. Jamie says, I think they're messing with God's creation and God is going to smack them, bitch. Here, good, Jamie. You pulled up a good point, and then I'm going to pull up Rick. He's in the holding cell right now. I'll let him out here in a minute. I just want to make sure I got everybody here. Yeah, God's creation and God's going to smack them. Look at the Tower of Babel. A lot of people think it was this huge tower that went all the way into the clouds. But what if it was really, because we're starting to learn that cultures before us were very elaborate. It's only the stone structures that survived. As Paula said to me last night, they may have had technology and all this stuff, but even our cell phones, all of our stuff will degrade over time eventually, but stone structures will always stay forever. So who's to say they didn't have stuff? Because we see images of the holy purses and tablets and cell phones and sculptures or hieroglyphics and stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, okay, I'll get to you guys some more, but I'm gonna bring in Rick real quick. Oh, and he just went black. I guess he had to go take a pit stop. See, there he is. There he is.
I'm back.
Oh, we got. Oh, we got. See, is that me?
Oop, there they go, frozen there.
Check.
Check.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm hearing me double time. Let me check my audio. Are you on? You got speakers or anything? You got speakers or anything?
Don't know how that could be. Let's see. Let me
check.
Go ahead and speak for a second.
Check.
Okay,
Check. You did it. That worked. I don't know what it was. It's always a check mark. Welcome.
Yeah,
aboard.
There was an extra feed going there. How you doing?
Hanging in there. So we've had some good questions and some good comments in here in the room, and I'm not ignoring them. I'm just keeping up with the chat room here. So if anybody wanted to question us.
So you're talking about the Mandela effect there, right?
Well, yeah, amongst a few things, yeah, because CERN is affecting so many things. But with that comment from that lecturer
about that,
yeah, okay, what is it?
My theory is what if the cabal has changed things over time? Like, they say, the packaging on something has changed, or this book changed, whatever. What if they did that on purpose just to kind of throw us off, to make us think that there was a Mandela effect?
I have had that thought before because, in the early years of the Mandela effect, it was just so drastic. If you caught it and you knew it was going on, you'd see something like, oh shit, that ain't normal. And before, when I noticed these things, I didn't know that much about the Mandela effect. So I just assumed it's corporate marketing and promotions. They're just upgrading their image and they change things.
Yeah.
But things like the Bernstein Bears, I mean, different things. It's like, come on. If we've had it since they were a kid and they pull it out and they're like, see? So what is it?
So if it's the same people pulling out the same thing, yeah, I can see. It's like it's so crazy that we remember it one way,
So you're saying the powers that be went to certain companies with trademark logos and stuff and games and paid them to change it, saying you need, convincing them they need to upgrade their image, when in fact these guys asking them are the ones that are knowing it's gonna with everybody's head. And they're gonna have this Mandela effect. But the fact that
what if there's just some cases like that? Some cases might be like that, but other cases might be a true Mandela effect, just to kind of throw people off, thinking, well, gives them doubt,
like
makes them
Mandela
doubt the phenomena.
Yeah,
right.
I remember.
Right, that one. I mean, everyone remembers that one. It's like we all remember him dying in jail. Yeah.
Right. Not. But it was like he was dead, and all of a sudden, boom! Now he's out in public. It's like, what? So what this man said earlier in that lecture, saying that the true job of CERN is to collapse all of these levels into ours, because also in some other video I listened to, they were saying that there are 12 dimensions, and to get them to release, you have to bust all of them open. And so what they've been doing is weakening all these different dimensions with frequencies. And when you have a crowd of 100,000, 200,000 people, right? and they're all chanting something, whether it's a Christian band or it's the dude from Houston that all those people died at. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Married to the Kardashian.
I know what
You know, and he was in on it. I mean, the whole everybody there, they all knew what was going on. They were sacrificing so he would get more money and be more successful. It was part of the steps, and people perished from it, unfortunately. And that whole situation literally put me in a spiral for about 2 weeks, man. It was dark. The stuff I learned, all the stuff that was set up with the stage and the videos and the crazy music that was really low frequencies the whole day while everybody was coming and getting in and getting ready for the night's concert. And it literally put everybody on these certain vibrations. So they're saying that these concerts and events, getting people to chant over and over again, creates this energy that they need to open portals. So, and I didn't get any further than that, but Jesus, dude, I always knew.
just the vibrational frequency in and of itself can have an effect on you physically, spiritually, emotionally. It can really, if they pick the right frequency, they can really do things. I don't know if they're opening portals, but
They are.
Anything's possible with science. Everything's possible.
Yeah, I mean,
with
like
the science behind it.
Because I did so much research on this concert that happened in Houston, the Astrodome event. Everything. Here was the crazy thing. On the stage, they had that it was a portal. It was 3 ring layers, smaller and smaller than a screen at the back. During the whole day, while this music is playing, phrases are being put up there for long periods of time, and one of them was "See you on the other side." Where they put all those bodies before, so the ambulance, till they got to them, they put them all directly behind that projection screen backstage. Imagine the last moments of your life, and you go out listening to that shit, and one of the other artists who performed earlier in the day told his whole audience, "You're all dead. We've had this concert 1,000,000 times already. We're all in the loop." They talk about that, and then this happens late at night, dude. It's so intense. I could do a 4-hour show on it, but I don't want to go back to that black hole again. That was a black hole rabbit hole.
Scary intense stuff, my friend. Scary stuff. Yeah. When you're talking about that science,
So that was really wild to hear how they're manipulating concert events and big events, really, just to get them to chant. Makes me think now.
What it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you ever hear of some of these like religious conferences that they have where they're supposedly doing miracles and miracle healings and that kind of stuff. I don't want to name any names, but to get yourself blocked here, but I actually went to one of those because some of my family members are really spiritual, so I just went along, just to be there with them, to experience it, to sort of look at what was going on. And there was some crazy manipulation with the sound, with the chanting, with the people were totally in a trance. It was like it was mass hypnosis, like they were opening up a portal, like you're saying. And it was just like, and then they hit you with the sound waves and this stuff, and it actually has an effect on your body. It actually temporarily paralyzed me. I was actually experiencing that in the audience.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
So you knew there was something weird thing going on there.
Well, the military and law enforcement use these things called LRADs, and it's a big square metal thing that projects microwave frequencies on certain frequencies to where it can make you feel like you're cooking from the inside, so you burn and you disperse. It's a crowd dispersal tactic or device that they have. And that's just frequency and sound. That's all it is. And they can take it like a machine gun and just go through a crowd, and everybody disperses as they get hit with it. It's like a big beam. So, yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, the big Christian events, the hundreds of thousands of stadiums and stuff, That's even though they're thinking it's great, it's creating an energy that can still open these portals because they're trying, it's crazy. So if they get all 12 of
Yeah,
them
I
to
mean,
go at once,
it did not feel good to me. It felt like total mind control, 100%,
mhm.
you know,
Well,
and something weird was going on there. I
yeah.
don't know. Hard to explain.
Well, there was shoot, I saw you, Mr. B, and you threw me off. What was the last thing you were saying?
No, I was just talking about how it felt. It didn't feel positive. It didn't feel. It felt like it was total mind control. It felt like it was, dark energy.
Right.
You could just tell.
Well, I've talked about this
And they
before.
were using those weapons you were talking about. They were using that stuff. I could
LREDs,
feel it. It was
crowd
like
control at
the
big events.
heating.
Yeah, it'll be
Yep.
on the
And
back
then
of. I'll be on the
the
top of a truck.
auditory stuff.
Mhm. Oh, the auditory is
The
crazy.
auditory stuff too.
They can
The
do that the
auditory
same
stuff.
way.
Once they hit you with that, that's how they paralyze you. They actually mess with your equilibrium in your brain. So there's all these different like effects. Some of it are physical, some of it might be spiritual, some of it might be energetic. It's just it's unbelievable to actually go there and experience that. I'm like, I'm never going back to something like that again.
Yeah,
No
well,
way.
I think it was in New York. Some advertisers were promoting a paranormal show on A&E, I think. And the when you would walk down the sidewalk, the billboard's way up high on top of this building on the wall, right? And you wouldn't see it. But when you walking down this sidewalk, there's a segment of it that when you're walking through it, you start hearing a woman's voice, talk to you. Look up, look up. And it's a whisper. And someone behind you or in
Yeah.
front of you probably won't hear it, but or until they pass through it. And so you look up and boom, paranormal. But it wasn't a loudspeaker. It was
Right.
very quiet and a whisper in your ear from that distance, from stories up. So it's even there for marketing and promotions. What I was going to say was the very, very first conspiracy I ever went after when I was in high school were these brand new pole things they called cell towers. And I started researching, discovering that cell phone waves frequencies are along the same as brain frequencies. Well, fast forward to the Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia, where the bombing happened. In the crowd of people, there were that was the first Olympics with cell towers, and everybody was there. The explosion goes off, and of course we had the security guy was the patsy and all that because he was like, oh, anyway. But when it happened, it went boom, and everybody from all these different nations from around the world are in this courtyard area, and they all go, ooh. And then quietly they walk to the exits, as if someone was saying, ladies and gentlemen, please calmly and collectively walk to your nearest exits. Everything will be fine. That kind of thing. But just in their mind, okay? Go back and watch the video of when it explodes. It's that. And they go. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that it was even done in English. This was the perfect testing ground for this technology to see if through cell phone towers, which now they've got everywhere, every 15 feet, there's a freaking cell
Oh
phone
my
tower.
God,
Okay.
yeah.
And
They're putting
they
more
could,
up every day.
yeah, they could turn these things on and basically manipulate us. Now, where I was saying was, is they didn't just speak in English. They didn't speak at all. This whole test was not so you heard a woman's voice in your head saying, please move calmly and collectively to your nearest exit. They wanted to see if they could go beyond the language barrier straight to the thought process. And it worked. Watch the video. They all come. There's one little child that runs crazy looking for his mom, but basically everybody
So
else,
you're saying it wasn't an inner voice thing, it was more of a conscious level
like
thing, like putting
a hive
ideas into
mind.
people's minds.
Yeah, like a hive mind in multi
Yeah,
languages,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
going everybody. So that technology sounds amazing, and Men in Black showed us, oh, it's probably real. Who
No, it's
who
real.
knows? So,
It's
but that
real.
that
I've
was
studied that for a while.
yeah. So that's what really got me into becoming a researcher. When I realized we were being lied to, I was young. I was still in high school, and these towers were popping up everywhere. And there was actually the original OG podcasters out there was a church group called oh man, it just left me. The Prophecy Club. It was so way back then. You didn't have the internet with all these great channels and stuff. It was you had the Prophecy channel, which would tell you all about aliens and just all the crazy stuff we talk about today. And then you had Art Bell with Coast to Coast AM. That was it. And before them was Leonard Nimoy with In Search Of. There you go. I don't know why I just went down all that, but it's progressed.
Well, that whole hive mind thing. Do you remember Dr. Robert Duncan?
I
remember that guy. He was a
the
whistleblower
name.
that supposedly worked on those projects where they were trying to build this technology, and the only reason he came forward was because he thought he was doing a patriotic duty at one point, and then it turned into looks like my camera's frozen. It turned into that he realized that they were using it on American citizens experimentally. So against their will, non-consensual. So yeah, so people are questioning that what you just said. It's definitely something to look into, because there are people who claim that this is real, that they really can do these things, and why not? Like, look at all the crazy technology they have in science with CERN, for example. I mean, you think that that's the only project that's out there being funded through black operations or whatever? There's got to be tons of them.
Yeah, no, here's the crazy thing. You got the science, right? You click on all these different things and dark matter.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not opening. Come on. There we go. Dark matter. There's not a lot. They don't really talk that much about it. And the same thing with go to science. Same thing with antimatter. Cool picture.
Right. It's just a highlight.
That's all they give you. News. This is so funny, Chef. News. You can get news on these different things, but it's really not much. They talk about stuff in their little city. They're like a little Vatican. They got their own little city.
And it's like a cult. It really is like a cult.
Here's the thing. Okay, so we see physics, right? We see physics right here on this menu. Standard model, the Higgs boson, stuff that people have heard of. But I want to know about the cool stuff. So what do we gotta go to more. And then
more section. Here we go.
We're gonna go down here and particles and forces. Okay, that's cool. Shows you the standard model, the Higgs boson, which is supposedly the God particle, the W boson, and the Z boson. Oh, is that the
Z boson? Isn't that the newly discovered one, the Z?
Yes, and they're doing what it is. I can't tell you. It just looks cool on the graph that they made here. This is some of the projects they're working on in the early universe: heavy ions, quark, gluon, plasma, matter, antimatter, symmetry, dark matter, cosmic rays, particles from outer space. Now, see, I can see the satellite thing that they were going to launch, being used for something like that. Super symmetry. I want to click on it, but I'm scared too. I want to keep going on. Compositeness. I really need to click on more of these, but I was looking for one in particular.
Compositeness sounds like the hive mind thing. Like
it might
composite.
Be.
Well, it's like
it is
putting things together.
But yeah, here it is. The last one to click on: extra dimensions, gravitons, and tiny black holes. There should be some really good. There should be some meaty stuff right here, right? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, you would think.
It's the CERN site. Oh, that's it.
Oh man, that's in depth, isn't it?
That is the Cliff Note version of probably what they're.
All they do is they click back. They have circular clicking because look at it has the Large Hadron Collider link. Like, okay, right there. Like we didn't already see that on the first page.
It's very repetitive. It's microscopic black holes. Let's click on that just because I'm feeling sussy. All right, we're going to click on mini black holes. I'm saying
they're in an infinite black hole over there. They don't even know what they're doing.
Microscopic black holes. I think. Oh man,
I'm a little scared that they're, doing this the day after the 4th of July for one thing.
Right.
And why would they do it the day after 4th of July? It's beyond me. and then the fact that it's going to be the highest powered ever,
Right.
and they're not even telling us what they expect to happen. Do you see what I mean? It's
Right.
almost like they don't even know what's going to happen.
Right. Well, fix your own brain. Yeah, that's happening. Now, here's the thing about these towers and frequencies. They're putting these fucking things on school buildings and in school recess areas, playgrounds.
I'm telling you, dude.
And
I know.
apartments
I see
where
it all over.
You got people that are living in apartments, 40 feet from one of these. They're like on the second or third floor, but they're right next to these towers, or it's on their building. And they wonder why they're being sick, and the kids are getting sick.
And people are getting sick. People are getting sick. Yeah, some schools have actually had them removed and moved because they were causing illness, like mass illness. And some countries, they're climbing these towers and they're burning them down. It's like becoming a thing where people just don't want this untested technology in their vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of technology with 5G has to be you have to have a local antenna for it to work.
Yes,
it won't even work at long range. So,
but they're also they've already got 6G, but ready, getting ready to roll out. And 6G,
they did the same thing with 5G.
But here's the thing: the head of NEC Telecommunications or whatever, he said that by 2020, I think it was 2020 or 2030. By 2030, cell phones will be obsolete. Everything will be 6G and everything will be implants. It'll be body modifications and stuff. And I'm like, fuck that. No. So
I'm getting off the planet when it's like that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are like, Elon's really an evil man. Fuck, dude. He'll give me a ride. I'll go up in orbit and wait till everything settles and come back down as the meek shall inherit the earth.
He's going to be our savior. I don't know. I've always been on the fence about him, but I want to say I lean towards the good side on him.
Right. Let me go to this real quick. Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of cool stuff. Let's see, making sure y'all are talking to each other, depopulate. Okay, so this right here, CERN was made to make the ultimate atom bomb capable of splitting the planet. What if? Where are my Star Wars fans? Where are my Star Wars? What if CERN is the beginning stages of the real big picture of turning Earth into a Death Star? It could happen. It's 2022.
Yeah,
and Bezos and Elon with all their favorite fans, and he's probably going to take fucking Amber. Oh God, can she go outside for a cigarette while we're in lunch? Just get out of here, man. But yeah, what if? Because if they tear open a big enough hole and they can't control it, it would literally it would tear up the planet. If it became a true black hole, and it would just grow and grow and grow and grow. All right.
I think if it was a local black hole, it would be over within quite an instant, wouldn't it? Because I think a black hole, when you're in proximity to it, you're pretty much gone within seconds, I think.
Well, here's a little bit of what do you call it? Thought I saw one of the crew members behind me. I thought I had the cabin to myself for this hour. That threw me off.
I just got one guy that stands back there,
right? But he's consistent. He's always on duty.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about him.
On duty, yeah.
Is that one of Elon's new robots?
He's looking for Death Stars approaching.
Looking behind you, you got this beautiful, planet and everything. And I'll tell you, I've been watching videos. I'll try to look at everybody's side, and I've been watching these flat Earth shit, right? And they've got compelling arguments on certain things, but
I don't know. The physics never works for me.
as the image behind you, you see the planets are really freaking big. And when you take up just a little camera it's gonna, of course, look flat, even on a gigantic planet that the Earth is said to be.
Exactly.
But then,
Yeah.
you know, they've got like the old grannies, and I mean, I gotta ask my grandma. I gotta call her tomorrow and ask her, because all these grandmas are like, yes, when we were children, we were taught the Earth was flat and it was surrounded by a big ice wall. And then all of a sudden, 1960 or 1940 something, boom, everything's on a globe now in your classroom. And you know, we've been lied to about so many things, but God, wouldn't it suck if oh my God, it would suck if I was Truman and you'd be that dude, his best friend, and you find out he's just a fucking actor. Look at you. Oh, he's sweating beads of sweat right now.
Yep.
Oh well, I'll just go along for the ride.
Oh, well, I mean, to me, I don't care if it's flat, round, square. It doesn't matter to me. You know,
Yeah, I mean, we're here, but I would like to.
we're here.
I
It's all an illusion anyway.
yeah, I mean,
Right? Life is
we're
an
all-
illusion, I think.
we're it's Matrix, man. I think maybe 2012
Yep.
we all died, and our consciousness were uploaded to a cosmic quantum computer, and this is, you know, the Unreal.
Yeah, there's some programmer messing with us.
Well, you know the software Unreal that does the graphics and stuff that are just unreal.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like
Right.
Unreal.
That's
It's
the name.
Unreal 5 right now. What if this quantum computer with all of our
Boy.
consciousnesses on it is actually Unreal version 7.5? You know, and
Yeah.
which involves our consciousness interacting with our avatars. Because I've always had that vision, like in Men in Black, where it's a big monster and then he dies, and then the face opens up. It's this little tiny critter operating the whole thing. So yeah.
That's a hell of a visual. Yep. I kind of think it's like that.
Now remember, folks, there's a lot of comments here, but you guys are commenting to each other and talking, and I don't want to post those, so it's, you know, not invade your privacy. But put a little asterisk next.
If you ever follow,
what?
If you ever follow those near-death experiences that people have, and they talk about dying and coming back, and they always report these experiences like this is the illusion, this is the dream, and where they went was the real place. You know.
Well,
supposedly.
I'm actually one of those people.
It's interesting.
And when I was young and dumb and in love, you know, you do stupid shit. And so I tried to end my life. And
oh man,
I blacked out because of, you know, the stuff that I did to make it happen. I was blacking out, but I was blacking out. I changed my mind when I was feeling really, really crazy. And I kind of, you know, rushed to the hospital and stumbled in and had a couple of pills. I was like, here's what's like, and I collapsed. So after I collapsed, I'm in and out, and I'm hearing them, you know, they're pumping my stomach and, you know, just blood everywhere. And I go out, and next thing I know, I'm in the desert, big boulder or big mountain rocks behind us and stuff. And it's nighttime, and there's a campfire. And it was just me and this campfire. There's a chair and a snake, and this rattlesnake came up, and it looked like its back was broken, like the spine had been broken, and it was struggling. So I pick up the snake, and anybody who ever wants to analyze this, because I've never told this story on the air ever. So if anybody has like dream analysis, let me know what's going on. Because one, I did a bad thing. I tried to end my life. And so as I'm, you know, out, I don't know if I'm coma or whatever, but I was out, and I'm in, you know, in this desert, and the fire's going, it's nighttime. Snake bites me, and I jerk back. In the real world, I yanked my IV out of my arm, and then I started flying upwards. I'm like, okay, I'm dead. I'm going to heaven. And I'm, you know, literally just going up and up and up, and I'm looking at the ground, and I'm just kind of doing this, and the world's getting smaller, and it's just clear sky, night sky, and I'm just heading straight up. And then all of a sudden, just huge storm clouds came over and literally stopped me. And I heard, "You're not finished."
Wow.
And I fell back to earth. And when I hit the fire pit area where I was standing, boom, I sat up in my bed, and there was some nurse that was like on suicide watch watching me and stuff. So from what I got from that was I fucked up and I shouldn't have done it. And I'm here for a reason. And ever since that moment,
you sure are, my friend.
And other near deaths for that, I didn't try to cause. I'm here for something. And whether or not it's, to be here like with you and we're talking about stuff and people, it gets to them, then cool,
Right.
man. I don't care about 4 million viewers and the Maseratis with the YouTube sign over a million. I don't care about all that shit. I got to experience all that fun shit when I was young. I was in the entertainment industry. Now I'm just old and wise.
Right.
And I'm like, no. All right. Now, God damn, you should have told me to shut up. I was
like
going
quality over quantity. Quality
right.
over quantity.
White, totally white. Wascally wabbit.
But that's interesting though. Like that's God's source or whatever it was. Something spoke to you. He said you're not done.
Yeah,
and that must have been a motivator.
It really is. I was. I'm not gonna say I'm a loser, but I was able to get by the least effort and still make everybody happy. And shit, I was a teenager. I was just young and dumb. I was smart in some areas, but the basics, no. And after that happened, it woke me up and said, first of all, it gave me the impression this shit's real. They can close the gate on you.
Right.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So, and luckily when I came down, the ground stopped me and didn't go below. So that was good. And so, yeah, I've just really made an effort to try to be there for people and help others and offer information that they can do with what they want and think what they want. But yeah. So, dude, I think we're neglecting my people. Let me get some people in here real quick. So that I don't feel like their typing is for mute. Let's see, what is the black? Okay. Dave says the cabal's desperate attempt to prevent us moving to the fifth density, but they're fighting a losing battle. Entire star system is accelerating rapidly towards 5D. This is a cosmic event driven by source. Holy shit! What if? And I haven't seen the movie, but everybody's seen the battle scenes. What was it? Marvel Avengers? Is that where they come from all the other dimensions and shit and fight it out?
Oh yeah,
that one. I haven't seen it, but I know that there's that huge battle scene. What if? Because movies have proven time and time again where they poke there's shit in the movies, and then years later, it's real life. It happens in real life. What if all of these galactic aliens and organizations, space organizations, secret space, all that stuff, all just came down to earth like fucking the Olympus gods coming down for a meet and greet? It makes me think of Childhood Lost, the movie Childhood Lost, a sci-fi movie. I don't know if you've seen that. It's Arthur C. Clarke wrote it, but they come down. They don't let them see them who they are for a year, but they solve all crime and problems. Everybody's living great. It's a wonderful life. And I can't. I want to tell you what happens next, but I can't. Check out Childhood Lost. It was a little short mini series, Childhood Lost. Now I want to make sure I pull it up. I'm saying the right thing. So we'll go to IMDb. And everybody, I want you to check this. If you got some time and you want to see something cool, or Childhood's End, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I said it wrong.
Oh, Childhood's End.
That's why I'm looking up. Yeah, miniseries 2015. Pull this up here so everybody sees what I'm doing. Bam. Childhood's End, and it's amazing. It's freaking amazing. I want to show you stuff, but copyright. But you just pull up a trailer, and when you find out who these aliens are that save the day, it will make your heart sink, and it might even break your heart to think that it could be what it is. So strong suggestion. Check it out. Childhood's End. I think it was on the Sci-Fi Channel when Sci-Fi was big. A lot of decent actors in it. Great movie. Anyway, enough of that. Back to let me get rid of that real quick. So everybody got that? Childhood's End. Watch it. I want a book report tomorrow. All right.
Sure, would be nice to have a savior like that, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? But when you see it, you realize
I know it's not a savior.
Oh shit. That you've given up everything to these beings because they made the world perfect and great. And then you realize who it is, and you're like, oh snap. Can't get out of this one.
Who is it? Is it the Clintons again?
Oh,
sorry.
No, hold on. I gotta show this. Because I know they shadow ban me, so I know for a fact people I didn't see this. Let me see. Lastly, I am truly sorry for all the hurt that I alone have caused. Goodbye, cruel world. Ghislaine.
I mean, it's funny. That is just funny.
It's sad because it probably will happen.
There's a lot of memes like that out there.
Oh yeah,
but it's true.
So
I mean,
it's true. It is true. So all right, move that over here. Okay, so Dave
it's like
says,
the sergeant of arms there giving January 6th testimony. He shows up dead. You know what I'm talking about,
dude. This is that whole thing is like the worst one-sided. You can see right through it if you know what's going on, and the fact that they don't get
Russia collusion.
Anyone, not one person, to go up against what they're saying or to show alternate evidence that was not put into I guess their court or whatever.
How can the world not see that someone dies right after giving their testimony, which is showing that there were paid agitators,
and this was just announced today. The guy that was going to speak about, he was like the chief of police or something for the Capitol Police, committed
he was
suicide.
the sergeant of arms at arms.
He committed suicide. Isn't that crazy? And he's not the first. How many? There's like 4 or 5 of them that committed suicide.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you know. I mean, you would think the world would wake up and say, hey, you know what? This January 6th thing's BS.
Yeah, it's I mean, dude, what happened here in Arizona that day, it was on the safe scale. I don't think they got into the building, but they were ready to take the doors down. And oh my God. You saw that one video I posted on Talk, and I took it down. I made it private. one where I'm just sitting there with my headphones, and it's all of these.
I saw that.
All of these people screaming when they find out. They're like, "Where?" And I'm just sitting there like,
"Yep, easy listening."
As he drinks his bottle of liberal tears.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Yep. I used to be a liberal, but they got a little crazy. Let's see. Here's a question.
Yeah, it's not the same definition anymore.
Doc, if y'all recommend following Elena Dannon, her amazing work with the Galactic Federation of Worlds is very encouraging. Elena Dannon, I know that name. There's a woman that I don't know if it's the same one. Is this the woman that has bleached white hair, short, and looks like the really cool chick from Stargate? Her videos are popping up.
Dark hair.
I think. Okay, well, this one, she's like almost like a little prophet, but she looks like the twin sister of the girl on Stargate. That's the Second Command. and what she says is just wild and amazing. Let's see. Over 500 have died who were associated with the evil duo. Yeah, and it keeps going. So, just so you all know, if I was
Seth
ever to
Rich.
do that, okay, here's the clues. If I'm that pissed, I probably would be one of those dumb people like, I'm taking y'all with me. No. So if they just find me somewhere by myself, then I didn't do it. Because I'm gonna probably go knock. No, I'm not gonna say because someone's gonna like call me. He said it on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. Because that shit's stupid. You die. I have shit to do. I have no intention to not be here anymore.
Right. Let's make that clear.
Hey, Rick, you ever have one of those shows that you do, and then like 5 seconds after you say something, you're like, "Oh snap!"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could rewind.
Can't delete live videos.
Yeah, but now like someone's gonna snip that pit and they're gonna give it to TMZ, and then I'll get another 20 viewers. So hey,
oh god,
bad press is good press, right?
No, the world eats that stuff up. You might get 2 million views.
He did not commit. No, he I don't know where he died, but I don't know. Was there assisted suicide there?
Yeah, there's no way he did. No way.
It's just, here's the thing.
It's always a coincidence, right? It's always a coincidence.
And when there's video of these chiefs and other police officers waving these people in, not blocking them. They moved the gate and opened it so everybody could get in. Well, there was one of the girls did get knocked down. True, yes. But it got to the point where the cops were like, just come on. And there's video. Does any of that show up in this hearing? No. Can you see it on the internet and on Facebook? I mean, everywhere? Yes.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere. They take that down, though. That's gone. A lot of it.
Well, yeah. Some people are smart. See, download everything. Get an external hard drive. And when you see something like that, download that shit. And then when it is taken down, get an alternate account and fucking load that shit up, back up, change it up or something. But
the crew's getting hungry.
They want to get into the mess hall, man, and I'm just like, well, the captain's busy. Let's see. I did that one. Elena's French archaeologist and shaman. Brunette, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look it up. If she's alive, I saw something that says that she's just passed away, but I want to verify that. And if not, she's alive. I would love to get her on here and give her like a 2-hour slot because her stuff's amazing. Renee says, I heard that he was shot crossing the street. Oh, well, that was suicide. Yeah, you don't have to be standing still to shoot yourself. You can be walking across the street.
All these people that go against the narrative have these accidents. Like you hear about the plane crash, the private plane crash of Dr. Carrie. What her last name is, Maid with a J at the end. Mage is her last name. Mage. She had private planes. She was one of the ones doing the research on looking at what's in the vaccine and all this stuff and showing people the little microbes and different things that are in there, right. These electronic like pieces. And she was been given her own testimony and going pretty hard on it. And, so she has a private plane that just suddenly zaps out. She's still alive and she's just had surgery. Looks like she's going to make it.
Wow.
And the one thing that she said was just before this all happened, her phone heated up. Like hot heated up. So her plane was being zapped most likely.
Yeah.
Like these energy weapons,
And they can do them from, the big planes. They're on the nose of these huge planes, the Air Force, and which is also in contract with PG&E, the ones that were in big trouble when all the fires were going on. Anyway, yeah, they can beam from there. They can beam from space. They can beam from the ground. They get a tracker on you, and that beamer just keeps on it, and it'll heat it up. That's all they got to do. If they heat it up,
Yeah, we've seen them do this with laser too, like just
Right.
totally just take planes out of the air. You know, they have all kinds of crazy technology for this stuff.
well,
And you know what? First rule is if you're a whistleblower, don't have a private jet. Don't fly.
right,
You know,
right.
just
But even
until the dust settles, at least.
but
you know?
even commercially, because we've seen that like flights over Russia and stuff.
Right,
That
that's what I'm
commercial
saying.
and those have
Yeah, they'll
big
take out the
people
whole
that were very
plane.
important on those planes that were going to do something very important
Yep.
and they didn't get to. So
Get in a car, get in a
yeah, but even in a car,
horse
you
and
know,
buggy.
you look at the fires in California, you see these cars that have these huge melted,
Oh
you know,
God.
7,
Yeah.
12-inch holes in the engine block, and it's some deadly stuff.
The
I mean,
bushes are okay though. The bushes right next to it are perfectly fine.
oh, I know. Yes, if we here,
All the vegetation, the
and
trees, the
here's the thing.
vegetation.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is CERN will you know is kind of incorporated with all this stuff because they're all pieces of a puzzle for the big show that come together.
That's right.
Let's look up a Paradise Fire.
Just
right?
think if they can smash your atoms, you know, what do you think spontaneous human combustion is? I honestly think they're using technology on people. You know,
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could probably cook somebody with microwaves easily. That's why those towers.
how do you?
You know, you see those signs that say "Beware, radiation! Don't get in front of the beam and or the device because you'll cook." And that shit's at
Yeah.
our schools where our children are.
Oh,
Let's see.
scary.
All right. I was looking up Paradise
It's a scary
Fire.
world, Doc.
What's it called? Not EMP.
The EMF,
Uh,
electromagnetic frequency.
laser. Try that. Images. Okay. All right. Here's a perfect one right here. And we're going to go through this. I'm going to show this real quick. So here is this neighborhood that was in a forest fire, supposedly. But look.
Yep, forest fire. Those trees are beautiful.
Los Angeles Times. No, I don't want to subscribe. No. Oh, allow ads for whatever. You suck. All right. We'll just go back to Google. All right. So as you see, all that foliage everywhere, none of it got burnt. These may have gotten a little burnt right here, but in general, these are forest fires that aren't burning the forest, and they're all dust.
God, that just.
I mean, look at this.
And nobody investigates it. Nobody investigates.
There's no
stuff.
forest fire.
Where's the down forest? Yeah, I mean, how did the fire get there if there was no path to it? You know,
I mean,
like, well, what in the heck?
This is crazy. Where's another one?
Oh, but this is just conspiracy theory. You know?
That's all. We're just.
I don't get why people have a problem with that term, because don't you have to theorize conspiracy before you can find out if it's conspiracy?
Well, you theorize that somebody's conspiring to do something. Here, check this out. Here's before and after. I mean, or later, I guess, but that's just insane.
The grass is nice and green.
Oh yeah, I mean, check this one out.
I'm sorry, that's just hilarious to me. Like,
that's a forest fire.
I mean,
everything but the forest burned down,
and the foundation is gone.
Yeah, it's like dust in your fireplace or ash. Let's see. I'm looking for the cars.
That's the part.
Here it is.
Is how hot
a direct energy weapon. That's what I meant to type up.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So we'll type that in. DEW. should be it. All right. Like here, this car melted it. Fire doesn't get that hot, supposedly. Melts the aluminum down. But look. The Paradise Forest Fire. What? Don't call it that.
What forest fire? Don't call it that. Call it the Paradise House Fire.
Well, here's the thing. All of these homes had the new Wi-Fi electric meters on their homes that connected with their heating and gas. And so a lot of people were saying that their gas things were overheating and then exploding, and that everything, it's like this horrific what do you call it, Trojan horse. They came in and they put in these devices that would literally, they could control things and overrun the electricity so that it would set fire and other things. It's the woman that
But a
does all this
gas
research.
explosion would potentially go on for a much larger area than that. We had something like that happen north of Boston a few years ago, and literally started with just a couple of homes, and you're going to have an explosion that just is beyond what you're seeing there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be localized just to the homes. You're still going to see trees burning and whatnot.
Right. Well, with
of course, after the fact, they always come up with these excuses.
Yeah. Where was it? I was hoping they had this one that shows the hole in the engine block. Which it was on the road.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Like they were trying to escape.
That's insane.
And this beam just literally burrowed a hole through the car. Let me type that in. Do weapon car hole. Let's see. Going through. Yeah, I'm sure they probably get those and take those images down.
All that.
But they were there.
I try DuckDuckGo or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I'm not saying forest didn't burn, but it's like where everybody lived, everything else survived.
It's the animals. Where the fire was actually started. You're going to see some of that vegetation burnt. But
anyway, so abandoned cars. That's what I was looking for. Seeing if it had that one with a hole in it. Nope, it's gone. But I mean, look, the cars, they just melt, the metal, everything, and yet the trees are all there. What?
Yeah, what was on fire right there with that?
And what kept it going to where it melted these cars? It was the heat was so intense. Yet there's the trees. Look, fire going, but there's the trees.
At the time they were talking about this theory too, that they wanted to put a railway in where those neighborhoods were. And
correct. It was
like rail.
Yeah, it was like a maglev rail system that go through that whole area of Paradise Valley. But also Paradise Valley is actually sitting on a gigantic mountain of gold, supposedly. And that's why they won't give up their land.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the wrong button here. Here we go. So, direct energy weapons, Missy, that's what we're talking about right now because of all the different crazy stuff. And CERN, they interacts with them too because it can, like I showed you earlier, it can diminish, the electromagnetic wave that's supposed to protect us from the sun. Oh, that's the second image. That's why there's no sun. And every time it turns it on, it weakens this. And when that happens, these solar flares can come all the way down to the Earth's deck. And when that happens and you're looking at X, 8, 9, 10 flares, get your ass underground. As long as say, get your ass underground as fast as you can. Find a cave, put a cache in there ready to go. So when time comes, we don't really have that many caves that I'm aware of up here, but I don't know. It's going to get crazy. So, July 4th, live it up. The whole month of July, make it Patriot Month, folks. Seriously. Month of July, Patriot Month. Wear your colors with pride. Red, white, and blue.
We're not calling it July 10th, though. We're just going to call it Patriot Month.
Yeah, Patriot Month. Yeah.
Not July 10th, like Juneteenth.
Yeah. We'll let them have that. Let's see. Did you see that video of a tree on fire on the inside from Paradise? Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I drove through Paradise Valley, up in that area. I think it was Paradise, and the whole area. It was like being on another planet. Everything was black. All the trees were black. But I did come across tree stump that was burning on the inside, and I drove. I was like, "Holy crap! It's burning on the inside." And some of those, the
I'm not
fighting,
sure that's too. Because I think trees can do that anyway. Like if the roots catch fire, right, and it's a sappy tree, I think it can spread to the inner parts of the tree. But yeah.
Well, Paradigm Shift Northern California, of course, he's in Northern California. He says, I watched the beams come through the sky and start the fires in the middle of the night. So right there.
Got pictures?
Dude, if he had video Paradigm, I would say, come on, we could talk
video
about
pictures. Yes, we want to see.
Let's see. I have to go read them all. Make sure you're asking each other stuff, or if it's for me. People were burned alive in their vehicles. Yes. Oh, yes. Bless their hearts. I mean, it's so sad that so many people died in that didn't need to. The trees were burning from the inside out. Now, let me explain that to you. I've got that shit figured out already, and there is scientific proof for it. Now, here is why. You guys ready for this? This is big. If you weren't aware of this already, this is huge. When you take a tree and you project microwave signal or beams at that tree, it penetrates the bark and all the way into the inner side of the tree, right? But when it gets to the other side, like a bullet going through a bulletproof vest or your body or whatever, it stops. So it starts, those microwaves bounce back and forth inside the tree, creating friction and heat, creating internal fires within inside the tree trunks. And that is how that happens because of the direct energy weapons. Now the little star will come across the TV screen saying, the more you know. That is the news, and I am out of here.
Yep. Just don't put a fork in the microwave, whatever you do.
Right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm no fire marshal, but what I saw was not a forest fire. No doubt about it. Absolutely. Let's try. I'm going to guess this is for us. If a solar flare hits the ground, you will need to be minimal of 30 feet underground with 10 feet of concrete on top with a foot of lead on top of that. And Spaceman Austin, you are absolutely correct. It's actually better if you can be a lot further underground. But no, you are correct, because those radiation waves, if they hit the deck, they're going to penetrate the deck. So all the crops and all that stuff, they're out. So you better have your bunker ready. All your needs grow up in there. So you're growing your plants, your air circulator. Make sure you have your water supply, fuel, diesel fuel that will run your whole facility for like a couple of years until things calm down. This shit's real. That's why millionaires are here. I'll show you a company that I went and interviewed for, and some of you may know this company.
Elon wants to take us off world, so I think I'm going to go that route instead.
Well, right. Well, here's the thing.
Golden ticket.
Yeah, there's here we go. Viva's. So I had to go through this huge interview process, like multiple calls, emails, interview after interview after interview, and then they finally said you can come to our location. So they sent me the address. I went, and there was a military style gate. Guard check, went through that, and then I waited for my guide, and we got in his truck and we went a little further through the parking lot to where they had the gate to the mountain, and we drove in. You had like big, garage door kind of things, and it was very narrow. I remember it was very tight going through, but we got through. And then once you get into that little entrance lobby area, I guess you could say, then it's all mountain, and it was big. You could probably drive. It was like a 2-lane road, so it was high enough that you could bring semis through. And they had trailers in there, in little notches along the side of the road, which were for people that couldn't afford the really nice facilities that they were putting together. And I was going for a job as intranet and intro entertainment, so kind of like being on our ship, it's you got your own little independent stuff. And it was about 180 feet, I think, below the ground. It originally was a salt mine. Then the military bought it, and they were using it for a storage facility for all the Humvees before anybody even knew what a Humvee was. So when they all of a sudden overnight, all the branches had these Humvees. They're like, these are cool Jeeps. Where do they come from? They were all in this mountain. And then they sold the mountain to these private investors. One half of it went to a church for their congregation, and the other was for anybody that had money. And it's called Vivos. And I'll show you this real quick. Just know if you want to do this, it's a long process just to have a physical meet and greet. So you apply for membership. I don't want to do that. I want to learn more about that. So they've got these facilities that are huge facility. Oh, and see right here, immediate space available. So they've built these facilities, but they don't have anybody living in them right now. So they need to
fully stocked underground
but
bunkers designed to
they've been on
withstand
Travel
massive
Channel
disasters and
and
catastrophes.
they've got everything set up. But there was one issue.
It's like China's ghost cities, you know, they're just kind of sitting there waiting to be used.
But ours is underground, correct? And it's
now, is this a company or is this the government? Like,
no, this is private. And they make it so it looks just like your house on the inside. $35,000 per person for full turnkey shelter, ideal for family 1 to 4. Oh man!
Now,
give me other
resources are shared. How does that work? Like,
well, some of them yes, and some of them
it's
it's whether you want your own, like in your backyard or your private land or whatever, or if you're with a community where you could have these bunkers, one put under everybody's house. Let's say there's a street that's like a circle, and everybody on that street, right? They have their bunkers underneath their houses, and they're individual, but they have tunnels that go to the center of the circle, which is the community area where everybody can mingle and watch TV, play pool, and all that stuff. So it's still a neighborhood, but it's underground. And let's see if they got other cool photos.
I often wonder, without that community, how long people would last anyway. You know.
Well, it depends. Like there was an issue. I don't know if they settled it in court, but the guy that was doing this, he screwed up. One of these facilities was supposed to have a 10,000 gallon diesel tank to run just the necessities. And supposedly it was only filled up halfway when they went to go check it all out.
Oh,
so that would have been like sardine death right there. So if you do this, make sure everything is done. But they are beautiful, beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. Look at this. That's a swimming pool. Details. Okay, remember I was telling you, here's that pod system I was telling you about. So everybody in the neighborhood, and then a big community center, and then the elevator and your security and whatnot would go there. And each one is a huge dome. Let's go through the fun photos, shall we? Will it let me?
And for the flat Earth people, they'll feel right at home. It's like the firmament.
Exactly. So I mean, like here we go: private residence, pool, garden, exit, mechanical security, private residence, and then in here you've got a theater, lounge, gym, classroom, lounge, medical, surgical, lounge, pub, kitchen, lounge, library, theater again. And then inside you have the dining area, probably with the kitchen in the middle. But and then
it's security is run by TSA agents. Is that what it is?
No. Yeah, no, it's Vivo's people. But look at this. This is one dome. I mean, enough for multiple rooms, piano, living area, all that. There's another one.
That's amazing.
And then you got this is one where it's like a bubble, but you have an interior garden that's open in the middle, like a donut.
Like that layout right there.
So, and then you go in the community, you want to have your growing area. You want to have all your food storage stuff.
Your meat printers.
Yeah. and if you do that, there are communities out there, folks, that you can contact. And they're gonna be a little bit cloak and dagger at first until they get to know you, but then you get to go to those locations where they have big doors like this, and we had that at that one place I was at. And then you got rooms like this. Look at that! Oh, can I save that image? Oh, save it.
That reminds me of that image. Was it a hotel or something that had an underground facility for the elite? What was that hotel? You know what I'm talking about? It was like a hotel, but people would come and go. Like, they always had TV repairman coming and going and stuff like that. They said,
Oh,
Remember that?
there's probably some secret hotels.
It was a secret. It was a
like
secret.
you got secret clubs and secret restaurants and stuff. I'm sure they do. Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, I almost worked for this company, Vivos, and
Wow.
it was pretty cool because I mean they are really
It's
big.
very cool. I mean, it's amazing.
So yeah, that's one of the main companies that did that. And I almost worked for them. But anyway, if solar flare hits the ground, okay, we did that one. We are so behind.
They're probably in high demand now if you want to look them up again.
Oh yeah. And here's the thing.
You
A
know,
lot of people are doing things like getting their money together and they're purchasing old military bases that have bunkers already, including missile silos and stuff that are going for like $1 million. And you go in this thing and you go down and it's like a mansion, but it's a tube. You're going down on multiple floors, but it's beautiful. Christina's from London. She's like, nice room. I'm drooling. Yes, I know. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see. And here's a good point. I think Norway, Poland have cities underground ready for the entire. They do. You are Spaceman. I told you were going to be on point tonight. All right. So
they're always way ahead of us.
Well, yeah, because they've had
These
more
countries.
wars than we've had. Come through their places, so they've learned their mistakes. If America, if we were at a real huge attack, not 9/11, I'm talking like all the states, all the major cities, something like that. I can guarantee you, years after that happened, we will have underground bunkers and gas masks for every citizen and storable food for everybody. But we don't. We have other countries that are doing that though. They've been doing it for years and they're ready. Now here's another one.
They're so reactory.
What is the temple? It was in Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. It was like
Temple of Doom.
Not Temple. The one where with Sean Connery. Where they've. God damn it!
I forget that too.
The Last Crusade. Anyway, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade,
Right.
and they're going through with horses through this weird cavern that's very narrow and wavy, and then they come out and there's like this huge opening doorway and temple and everything, and they go in and they're looking for the lost anyway, I'm not gonna tell you. They're looking for something special. Now that place that they filmed that is an actual place, and I can't think of the name to save my life right now, but the people in the Middle East built this, and they built it so that 5 million people can live in this place. It's got plumbing, restrooms, rooms, kitchen, all this stuff. I mean, they're empty right now. They were empty. Now I think it's Israel or Jerusalem, whichever. They're basically outfitting it with new plumbing pipes and electricity and all that. So when it does happen, all of the chosen people will go to this location. And when it happens, the only way to that entrance, other than skydiving into that opening, is this wavy canyon that's just wide enough to take horses through, right? And it's really pretty. It's like sandstone. It's all smooth and stuff. And you can go there and go visit this place. But it is said that when Satan comes in, the Antichrist, and everything goes to shit, all of God's chosen people are supposed to go here and go in there. When that happens, the mountain's going to close up so that Satan can't harm the chosen people. And then when all the shit's over, that opening opens up and the meek inherit the earth.
I've been wanting to move anyway, so. Sorry, dude.
Damn it. That could have been painful. I just caught it.
Oh God, it's hard. Whew.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Let's get to
Doc's safe.
Yeah.
We're good.
Macy says that bunker is the size of my last house. I'm scaled down to less than 500 square feet recently, but more land will be with big garden now. I have a little homestead now. I like it better, totally off grid. Yeah. We have a lot. We actually here in town, over in Pinetop Lakeside, we have the very first tiny house neighborhood, and it's really taking off. There's a lot of people that like to live minimally, and I used to be one of those
This is
people.
a great idea. This is
Yeah.
a great idea.
So that's awesome, and it's better because you have more land, like you said, to garden everything. You still got a place to sleep, office,
We need to have
entertainment,
people
kitchen.
like this on to talk about how they do it, how they do all this stuff, you know?
Yeah,
Because
here,
it's all good skills to know.
for those that don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you. I'll make it easy for you. It's like
Just
big
live in-
houses, but smaller. Let's see.
Tiny houses.
These aren't tiny homes. Here's one. They look like they literally look like a kid's clubhouse, but they've got everything you need in them: water, electricity, bedroom, bathroom, kitchenette,
And the
area.
way they use space is amazing. Like they use every inch of space too. Like the way they build things,
hold on. I'm telling you about, but I'm not even showing you guys. So here's the one I was talking about. And then they wheel these in
awesome.
and they lay them into areas. But look at I gotta get one else over this. Here we go. Seriously? There we go. That's the interior. You got your bedroom upstairs in the loft, office area, living area, and then probably your kitchen behind you. Let's see. Let's turn this around. Yep, there's your kitchen by the stairs.
What else do you need?
It's all right there. It is small. Here's another interior. I mean, they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
Once you have two outfits, one you're washing and one you're wearing, and you're good.
Right. I mean, dude, if I had the extra cash, I would get one of these and put it in my backyard. That way, when I had guests come over, they got their own little place. And these things are going for
that's nice,
30 to $50,000. That's not a lot when you think about it. That's the cost of some cars. Oh, that looks fun.
Yep.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
Look at, come on. See that one right there? It's a tree.
It looks like it's for Louisiana or something where it floods.
Oh, what is this? Ghostery prevented to. I don't even know I had that on. That looks pretty cool. And then there's a 3-story. That looks awesome. And you can buy the plans for $30
cool.
and build it yourself. And some of them, look at that. Look at that. It's got its own nice little private patio on top. And you put a we call it telescope up there. Ooh, this looks. Ooh, I like that one. All natural wood. So yeah. So Missy, you didn't think your comment was going to get this much attention, did you? Let's see.
So how many square feet is that little one? Just to get an idea. Let's probably 300 square feet.
Look at all those images. Oh, dude. It doesn't say it, but I wish it did, because yes, I'd save up for that. I would save up for that. Is just And then the other thing is steel box containers. Steel box container homes are awesome because they're sturdy.
Don't bury them in the ground though, unless you reinforce them. That's what I heard.
Concrete, or they will they will buckle.
Okay.
But these are tiny homes that Missy is talking about. So there you go. All right. Let's see.
I need to do something like that in my retirement. Absolutely. Got to scale down and just have a small little place with self-sufficient geothermal or whatever,
Yeah. Well, in comparison, Reba, they're not that expensive. I mean, if you get one that's all decked out, probably. But look around. I mean, they're not going to be $10, obviously. But there are some just beautiful
cheaper
homes.
than buying a house, for God's sakes.
It really is. And then you have more land to play with, to work with, have picnics.
All right.
Yeah. So kudos to the tiny home community. You guys rock, doing your thing, doing your part, living cool. Those are tiny homes.
Living off grid.
Right. Okay.
Living off grid.
That's awesome. Okay, that's talking to each other. You guys are all talking to each other.
Every time I drive by a set of power lines, dude, I think to myself, how vulnerable we are, as a society.
And why aren't they
have a
underground?
storm out here? Yeah, why aren't they all underground? Exactly.
Right.
It's unreal.
Wilma wants a mini farm, mini house, mini farm animals, and mini barn. That sounds mini-licious.
Oh man, that was a mini joke right there.
And that was on
Just
the
kidding.
fly. That was on the fly. All
That
right.
was on the fly though. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Let's see. Good job for already slept. I'd be having nightmares as if the world isn't shit enough right now. Well, Christina, just knowing that we get to be there with you as you are lying in bed sleeping, that we are that voice in your ear. How are you doing?
Yes.
Yes, British and proud. I adore Christina. She's awesome. All right. Well, these studio lights make you sweat.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like I'm gonna have to wring out my shirt after this. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up because we went way off topic. But I think we said what we
Yeah,
could
we
say
did.
about CERN. You
A lot
know,
of things were kind of linked, though. Somewhat linked.
yeah, it's
Kind
all
of had
it's
some
all
segues there.
it's all connected. So, all right,
All
wait.
connected.
Let's see. We got one more. The elites only want to the approved to survive. Yes, you don't have your special magic card to
You have
get
to have a
in.
golden ticket. You
Yeah,
need
you
your
can't
golden
get
ticket.
in without it. And let me tell you, a lot of us probably ain't gonna get one. So be independent.
And some of the people who think they have a golden ticket actually don't have one. I hear a
Right.
lot of that going on too. There's a lot of infighting
okay.
about
Yeah,
who's
check this out.
getting there.
Okay, we'll just take it to the top of the hour or whatever. So there was some video that came out. Remember, there was all the everybody saying the horns of the revelations were happening, and they're here in the sky, but they didn't know where it was coming from. And
Yes, that's
then
freaky.
there's all these big booms. Like there's a video in Colorado where some workers were out there in the middle of the woods, and they're hearing like all the way out in the far, far away. They hear boom,
Massive.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 all on video. What that was? It was the white hats against the black hats. It was all James Bond up in there, boy. All underground,
Yeah.
big fire
I
shootout.
believe
And
that.
what they did is the white hats, the good guys, cute on, they blew those tunnels because those were tunnels they were using to transport traffic people and other things. And so they took that out. And the things that everybody here say it's the trumpets of revelations, it's actually the burrowing tunnel machines. As they're burrowing through all those minerals and rocks, they're literally grinding frequencies
They're
and
breaking
sound,
into the system.
and it's vibrating through the ground. And when it comes out, it goes into the sky, and it sounds like you can't tell where it's coming from, which direction, because it's coming from below. And so all of those noises. I remember when I was going to film school in Florida, I went to a friend's apartment, and we were sitting there, and it was like, and the place was shaking. I mean, it was very, very subtle, but you could feel it. You noticed it. It was like, what the hell's going on? And he goes, yeah, that happens a lot, man. They're digging tunnels underneath us. And I'm like, this is Florida, but they're doing it. And so that's what people are hearing. The booms and the horn sounds that sound like trumpets, that is them creating the tunnel systems or the facilities. The explosions are what they do. It's not a nuclear bomb. I think it's a hydro bomb. It's something that's not nuclear or radioactive. It's a big bomb, and they set it into an area, and it blows this huge open space open, like a big bubble, and it literally, calcifies or crystallizes or whatever the rock itself, so it's smooth and solid like cement. And then they come in after they clear it all out, and then that's where they build like their little command centers and shit. So that's where those sounds have been coming from. There's actually a video showing what you hear. You hear these
people
sounds.
Show that all over the world, right?
Right,
all over the world, people are recording those things.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. Tunnel machine. What's the machine?
All the tunnel boring machines, those
coming
things
out of wall. Let's see if they got it here. Okay.
Supposedly they have nuclear powered ones too that are
correct. they're
melting the material as it's going through.
right. And here, let me show you what I'm seeing real quick. Because as you're saying it, it's demonstrating. See right there? Yes, nuclear powered.
Oh wow!
And it melts the rock. Anything that's left that's not
Yeah.
grind in front of it, the side walls are like smooth. Let's see if is this
It
it?
compacts
Yes, I think.
it, and it just does that
Yeah, hold on. I
vitrification of the rock.
think I might have found it. Maybe. Let's see here. Ultimate look at birth. Got the sound up. Okay.
First sign of breakthrough. There you go. Good.
Wait, hold on. For some reason, there's no sound there. Did you hear sound?
Oh, I get sound. Yep.
You heard
you go.
noise on your side?
Yep. I don't know if everybody else is hearing it, but
Wow, it sucks that we can't hear it. Hear that?
yep.
That's what people have been hearing in the
Yeah.
skies.
That's what it is. That's
Keep
it.
watching.
That's
Keep
it.
watching.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't have any rock to go up against right now. Here's another one. Yeah, I was looking for the one where it actually comes out the side of a wall. But you heard it, right? You heard the horn
Yeah,
sound?
I heard that squealing
Yeah.
noise. That's very much like what I've been hearing on those videos too. So, yeah, that's a great theory. I mean,
yeah, I mean, this wasn't
very
the
close to
exact
what I think
video
it is.
that I had seen before where they didn't have these support beams to stop it like a bumper. It was a mountain. It was
Right.
totally open to the elements
Just
outside.
coming right through.
And it was just like nonstop trumpets for like 3 minutes and go through the wall.
Oh, there it goes again. That's it.
So
Wow.
that's and they can do a couple miles in a day in some cases depending on which machine they've got. We'll go back here. So yeah, I have to be careful because
Yeah, you could tell how it would make that sound. You know,
right.
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but the one video I don't have it right now. So let me scroll through it. Now I feel like I gotta find it now. Giant tunnel machine trying to shock the world. Police find tunnel. Turn discovery. Boy, type in something to get some weird stuff. Right? Yeah, so that's all these Baglov tunnels and everything. That's how they get dug. Is this big machine? Maybe this is it.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Is that the one?
Head to L.A.
I think that's the one.
Let's see, it's 5 years ago.
That looks familiar to me.
Oh, this might be it. Oh, I want before. See before.
Yeah, they're not showing it coming up to it. It's just breaking through.
Let's try this one. Yeah,
really kind of.
Okay, this might be it. Listen carefully. I'm struggling to hear on your mic.
Yeah, it's not doing anything yet. They're just spraying it down right now. It's not spinning.
Oh, it's spinning. Bottom right corner. Yeah, I think this is it. But you heard it. You got an idea. You know how it makes that sound.
Yeah. Yep. No, I definitely heard the first one. The first one was pretty clearly the same sound. to me.
Right.
You know.
No, I totally. Yeah, it's a crazy thing, but I was so stoked the day I saw. I was like, oh, I figured it out. You know, it's not the trumpets, thank God. Let's see here. Christina was like, how big is that? Well, it is. I'm guessing
Bigger than a
30,
bread
maybe
basket. I know that.
30 or 40 feet across. I'm guessing. What do you think?
That sounds about right. Could be, yeah, about 40 feet, I'd say.
Yeah. Lisa Ann's like, definitely looks like the tunnel they worked on in Stranger Things. LOL. Very interesting. Yeah, and there's actually the Stranger Things town of Hawking. It's a real place where they have labs that do that kind of thing, and they've got underground tunnels and stuff. It's a real place. This woman on TikTok, she was like, "Yeah, it's my town. Check it out," and she shows all the places. So it was based off
Oh my God.
real place. Um, let's see. So that's about it. Everybody's talking to each other. Yeah. So I think we're caught up. But dude, we're 3 minutes top of the hour. I think I pulled off a 2 hour.
All right.
Woohoo!
Sounds good. Yeah, we kind of
and-
did that. That's
And the
awesome.
people hung out with us. So I'm very grateful. Thank you all so much. And Rick, man, always a pleasure to
Yes.
have you co-pilot with me. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Good to get your input.
Thanks for having me on.
And I know I do talk a lot, but I'm a show host just like you. So sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I'm kind of like the sidekick, you know, when I come on, and it's actually fun to interject a couple of different ideas. It takes us in a couple different paths. It's kind of
Right.
nice.
Well,
Yep.
dude, I'm so excited that everybody came in here and became a part of all this. Spaceman says the nuclear powered laser tunnel boring machine kills the workers they lay off before that happens though. You know, I've heard that the workers are getting sick, and then they do get laid off before it gets really bad or coughing up blood or whatever, so that they don't have their health insurance. It's messed up, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, all right.
And they
So
probably still force them to get the jab.
right. Well, remember, folks, as long as we all lift each other up, we will rise together. I'm Captain Doc Skinner on board the Starship Pariah, and this is the Doc Force, and this is Rick Mackey, my guest tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about God knows whatever else. Something will happen. Just give it a few hours. Something will pop up. It always does. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, one last thing. Thank you. Good job for already. Oh, we already did this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we
think so.
did. My scroller scrolled by itself and went somewhere else. So long goodbye's over. Good night, everybody. Rick, thank you so much. I do
Good night.
appreciate
No
you
problem.
all. And
We'll
I'm
catch you
thinking,
next time, folks.
yeah, and I'm gonna upset Mr. B in a second. Watch this. All right, Mr. B, this one's for you. Good night, everybody.